Okay, let's do it. Welcome to Tarot to a T. This is going to be a bonus reading for the sign of Scorpio. Thank you for joining me. If you are new here, appreciate you hitting the subscribe button. Also gives you alerts so you'll never miss another video again. Also, if you happen to like the video, give it a thumbs up. And you can wait to see how the video turns out, but I can guarantee you, we always try to find a solution to whatever's going on here, and I try to give the best advice that I can to help you along the way and not just leave you hanging. So that's my aim and my goal. So Scorpio, bonus reading, April 2022. We're going to look at a situation you're dealing with. Real quick here. And then we're going to deal some cards of advice. Pretty straightforward, eh? And I just did blow my nose. I'm not sick, but I might sound a little weird. But I apologize if I sniffle here and there. Okay. Let's see what's going on with Scorpio. Okay, you're moving ahead in some area of your life after some changes that happened. Oh. Might have dealt with some kind of partnership coming to some kind of completion with that Three of Diamonds. That's what made me say that. Three of Diamonds here. This is also about some kind of money matters. There might have been some kind of communication problems with somebody around money. That's what I'm picking up. Yeah. With the Seven of Clubs here, you were feeling like you were at your wits' ends, like you didn't know what to do. It's kind of a card of feeling like a prisoner in some sense of the word. Not that you were physically confined, of course, but maybe you felt like your hands were tied. But you are moving along in this situation. This is the card of advancement and kind of moving ahead. You definitely had a very strong opinion about how things should go. Okay? This is also the card of having general problems in a relationship. So that goes to kind of speak along the same lines as some kind of money issue. You know, we're not necessarily talking about a large amount of money, just could have been kind of finances in general. This is also the card that says you need to kind of regain your perspective. Like you might have been stuck on an idea. I think I did mention that, but maybe you need to kind of step back and, I don't know, look at it from another way. We'll get into that when we look at our cards of advice. But see, it brought about some changes that were long overdue. It might have actually changed a relationship permanently. Like your living situation, for example. Maybe somebody left. It could not necessarily be romantic, but it could be. Or intimate relationship, but it could have been like a roommate. But this is the card of separation and necessary changes having to be made. Huh. This is very, very intriguing. Let's see if we can pull a little bit more out. Maybe you were the one that left because you felt like the prisoner and you had to get out of here. That just hit me. Okay. Okay. Four of Diamonds. So this is actually about finances improving. Like, it can be a windfall, honestly. I don't see it as a windfall in this context. So take it how it fits for your situation. But if, let's say, making this change and moving out led to an increase in your finances because you were able to save money, or somebody was, I don't know, bleeding you dry in some sense. Like they were, let's say it's a roommate and they were overcharging or charging you for things in, you know, in the arrangement that you didn't really want to pay for. I'm kind of hearing that. That's why you kind of felt trapped. Yeah, you felt like you were kind of strung into this, like forced into it against your will. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, this definitely involves some kind of financial arrangement. I'm not picking up necessarily intimate relationship or marriage, but between friends of some sort. Some kind of person you had a connection with, obviously. Another change, card to change. Yep. This brought about some kind of major... It's the card of breakups. But again, I'm not looking at this in a romantic sense. I think, again, there was some kind of disruption in your lifestyle as a consequence of all this. You were feeling trapped. It was an arrangement you didn't want to agree to. And it changed possibly where you live, or the other person had to leave. But this is the breakup card. How about that? Oh, I did forget to mention with this 4 of diamonds. It's changing your financial situation, like having more money all of a sudden. It's also a warning not to overspend. So if you're moving into another living situation, let's say you found another roommate or another apartment. I mean, in this market, honestly, it's very hard to find apartments. I don't know about where you live, but it is here where I live, and they're expensive. Usually you can't swing it on your own all of a sudden unless you, I don't know, had a reservoir of money, or you had a bump up in your finances, like a job or an inheritance, or somebody's going to support you. You know, that kind of thing. Let's look at the cards of advice. Okay. You need to king up. What do I mean by king up? I mean take control. That's what kings do, right? They take control of their dominion. And this card is telling me, amongst the advice, that this is a situation that you need to control. If you haven't done this already, you need to make this move, Scorpio. What it's going to do, though, is bring back some kind of harmony and balance to your life. Very likely in the arena of finances, because we have diamonds again, aka pentacles. Okay? This is actually the card of good news being received. So if you make this change, I think you're gonna be happily surprised of, you know, the cascade of changes that will come your way. The 4 of clubs here. This is interesting because this is also about balancing, and particularly with like your state of mind, I think it's going to bring you a lot of peace and stability. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of a download with that because, again, I think this is something you're going to have to do. I think you're represented by the King of Hearts. It's generally... It's a authoritative male energy, if you haven't heard me say this before, but it doesn't have to be. This could be like how you need to act or what kind of mindset you need to have, right? It's also very loving energy, so maybe in a sense you need to love yourself more. Yeah, and get yourself out of this entrapment of sorts. The Jack of clubs here could mean that you need to rely upon a friend of some sort. The Jack can be younger. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. A younger person, but they're also very supportive, and that's very interesting too, because if you're supposed to take control, it looks like you won't be able to accomplish this on your own. Maybe this person will give you the way or the means to live somewhere else, for example. Yeah. because this is actually somebody you respect and you feel very close to as well. If you know who that is, it might have just popped up in your mind like, bing, I know who I need to talk to. Again, we have the Jack of Diamonds. How interesting is that? We have another Jack. This is also the a younger energy, or could be a friend, but it's actually, it has to do with messages. Okay? Maybe somebody's going to give you some advice or like give you the idea, because it's neutral messages. It doesn't have to be fantastic, over the top, woohoo, I hit gold kind of messages or really bad news. But it's like somebody's going to put that idea in your mind or that solution. You're flagged by Jacks here, and I think in this context we're looking at other people, friends, confidants, maybe even family members that are going to help you make these changes that need to happen. Because you had the 2 5s, yeah. I'm going to draw one more card though before we wrap it up. I mean, it's pretty clear to me. That's why I'm like saying, yeah, we don't need to go much further. The 8 of Diamonds is sweet. Again, this is advancing, but this usually has to do with work. Working hard at something, I should say. It could also be like a business venture that you've been on. But I'm seeing this in the context of your hard work is paying off. Like you really thought about how to get yourself out of this contract with this person or this situation. Maybe you just got into an agreement with, let's say, an apartment complex or a, what do you call it? Not just a landlord, but a management company. That's what I'm trying to say. And it was all very nice in the beginning, and then now they're going to raise your rent, let's say, after 6 months, and by a lot. And it's just going to kill you. That could be another scenario. It may not be a particular person you're dealing with. It could be a entity like a management company. Because I didn't really see any, like, people come out here. I didn't see any kings or queens or jacks. And they're usually my cards that represent people. So there's not a specific energy. That's very important, I think. It's very clue in this reading. There's not a specific energy that you're battling. But you definitely felt like you were forced into a situation, and it kind of forced your hand to make some major changes. And to separate. And to move ahead. Nice. Okay, Scorpio. I hope that helped. Again, if you like this video, hit me a big thumbs up. Really appreciate that. And subscribe. We always like to see that we are appreciated out there. So please do, if you don't mind. And I will see you again soon. Take care.